"You're the luckiest woman alive," Sandy had to admit. "I just know other women hate me for it." "I'm sure no one hates you." Sandy smeared on some glue and affixed another champagne blonde hair extension to Debbie's scalp, so Debbie could have the biggest hair at the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Number 10 annual Christmas ball that evening. Right, Bubbles? I was pretty sure people hated Debbie, so I didn't say anything. If you can't say something nice about a person, then sit next to me, was the way my mother's favorite saying went. Besides, Debbie wasn't my client, so I wasn't obligated to suck up. I no longer worked at the House of Beauty, now that I was a full-time reporter at the News-Times. The only reason I was there was because my former boss and forever best friend, Sandy, was swamped. It was the Christmas season, her busiest time of the year. Also the nuttiest. This was when Sandy lost all control and turned the House of Beauty into Santa's crack house. Blinking lights were strung everywhere. Tinsel dangled from every mirror. Mistletoe hung over every doorway. There was not just one normal-sized Christmas tree, but 3, including a miniature one covered in red and green foil Hershey Kisses that Sandy kept by her register. Not to mention the maniacal plastic Kris Kringles smiling from every window. And, if that weren't enough to cause permanent brain damage, consider that the standard House of Beauty smog of FinalNet and nail polish fumes was mixed with Lysol Holiday Pine Breeze. Don't even get me started on the music. If I never again hear Karen Carpenter whine, "Merry Christmas, darling, it won't be too soon." Sandy gave me one of her meaningful stares, an ocular order to play along with Debbie's need for reassurance. My best friend was under a lot of pressure these days to keep customers happy now that a competing salon, Jeffrey Andre, had opened up in our newly revitalized warehouse district. I understood what she needed me to say. "Of course no one hates you, Debbie. Sandy's right." Sandy mouthed, "Thank you." "You're only saying that because you don't know Marguerite," Debbie said. Marguerite? This desperate housewife who's trying to get her claws into my husband, though as far as I'm concerned, she doesn't stand a chance of spit in a windstorm. I mean, Phil choose someone over me? Please. Marguerite would have to step over my dead body first. I tried not to strangle her, as she smiled approvingly at her reflection in the mirror. Debbie took a sip of bottled water and continued chattering. "Have I ever told you Phil does the laundry? He does. Folds and puts away. Pre-treats, too. Plus, he even watches Lifetime with me. I can't tell you how many nights we've spent in front of the TV, Phil and I, crying our eyes out over some Victoria Principal movie. And the next thing I know, there we are, making the kind of passionate, toe-curling love you only see in those videos. He even lets me sleep on the dry side of the bed afterward." Was it hot in here? I shifted my feet. Sandy's pupils were dilated, imagining a night of masculine laundry folding, Lifetime viewing, and dry sheet sleeping. "Yes, sirree! Phil and I are bound to one another till death do us part." Sandy's eyes met mine. She didn't have to speak. I knew what she was thinking. "Till death do us part, Bubbles." Sandy had been on my case lately because I'd ruined all chances of marrying my own soulmate, the devastatingly sexy Associated Press photographer, Steve Stiletto. He of the flashing blue eyes and the tight, creased jeans. The one man who could make my heart stop with a knowing look, the brush of his hand, the suggestive twitch of his lips. The first time I met Stiletto, we were thrown together on an assignment to cover a jumper from the Philip J.